IMDB did a list of the top TV series of 2022 and the best top movies of 2022. Now, you have to take it kind of with a grain of salt because it was sponsored by Disney.
Right.
So the IMDb best of 2022 list was sponsored by Disney.
Disney, there's some of the animated stuff they've put out this year sucked balls.
Yeah. They've got number 10. They've got the movie X. I'd never heard of that before, but what's her name plays in it? That plays in Wednesday.
Now is that Wednesday the girl there?
Yeah, but it's kind of it was a cheap slasher type movie that's made about this group back in, I think, the 70s, where they're starting a porn company filming adult films. They rent like this small farmhouse to film in, and it kind of turns into a
real life slasher movie.
Yeah, slasher. Yeah, like a Friday the 13th type movie. Then they've got number 9, Death on the Nile, which is, the sequel to Murder on the Orient Express. That Everything Everywhere All at Once. Have you seen that? It's supposed to. I haven't seen it either. It's supposed to be a really good movie though. The trailer looked really interesting. And then The Gray Man's number 7.
I haven't heard of that one either.
But it's got, Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, so a lot of big stars. The Northman. I've seen, I think I did a reaction video to the trailer of that. I haven't seen it, but it looked kind of cool. And then the Black Panther. They've got his number 5, which I wouldn't put it in the top 20 or top 10 for the year. Then Top Gun, they've got his number 4, and I would probably put that as the number 1 for the year.
Yeah. Now, Black Panther, it's kind of cheesy in my opinion. And it just seems like they were just trying to do something for I don't think they were actually trying to advance a storyline as much as they were just trying to do something for the fans.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like to me. In which case, if that's what they were trying to do, then okay. Then you succeeded. Yeah, because I can see a bunch of, fanboys and fangirls thinking, oh, this is great. I'm so glad that they did this. Me personally, they should have just went ahead and said, hey, we have loads of respect for this man. He did an awesome job as T'Challa and the Black Panther, and we wish that he could still be here doing it, but unfortunately he's not, and we're going to recast this role with someone else. Start over.
Thor: Love and Thunder is number 3.
That shouldn't be that high.
No, it's a garbage movie. It made a ton of money, but it's still but the Marvel name sold that. The Avengers sold that. Sold those tickets. Doctor Strange number 2. I could kind of. I'd see that above Love and Thunder at least.
I can see that in top 10. Not necessarily 2, but in top 10.
And then they've got number 1. You can tell some of the others that it was a Disney thing, but they've got Batman as number 1.
Now, as far as Batman movies go, that one was it was different than pretty much any of the other Batman movies I've went to see.
Right. I like that. I mean, I like that more realistic. But that's why I like the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix one, so good, is because it's so possible. It's not like Avengers that this is not possible. Cool story, it's very entertaining, it's, but this Batman and the new Joker are like both definitely could just be, they wouldn't even have to be a comic book movie. They could just be a suspenseful drama like
basically
like the Detective Comics.
Take him out of the bat suit and take the makeup off the Joker. Just make him. It's just Bruce and whoever the Joker, whatever you want his Tim Napier or whatever you want his real name to be. Turn that into like an FBI / serial killer kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever have to really get into costume. You could run that angle, and I think that would be an extremely popular movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the new Joker when it comes out, the part 2.
What was it? It was Batman Year 1, I think it was. They did an episode. They were rebooting Batman back in, I think, the 80s or something like that. He actually went out on the streets just in plain clothes. And he put a big scar on the side of his face so that there would be a distinguishing feature for people to see. And he did things to himself to disguise himself so that he wouldn't be so recognizable as Bruce Wayne.
Right.
And that was an interesting take on it because he was still at that point looking for the catch, the Batman. He was still looking for that.
Right.
At the end of it, after he brings this, serial killer Joker type person, brings him to justice and stuff, at that point he's figured out that, hey, I'm going to be Batman. And then you'd see him at the very end of it, maybe put on a bat suit. But the whole time, basically the whole movie, it's just him doing good detective work with no Batman.
See, that would be a cool movie. They also did a top series too. And Netflix pretty much dominates most of this. Inventing Anna. Did you watch that?
No, I did not.
That's an awesome movie or TV series. It was really, really good. She plays Julia Garner. She's did you ever watch Ozark?
I've watched part of it. I never get the whole thing over, but I did. I think I watched probably just about all the first season.
Yeah, she plays Ruth on Ozark, which is probably one of my favorite characters on the series. She plays this character in Inventing Anna, which is based off a true story. A woman that...
this is the one about the chick that she pretends to be an heiress and she swindles all these people out of money.
People. And it's a great... It starts at the beginning of the series, starts with her getting arrested. So then most of the story is told from her being in jail to a reporter, which is how the whole... I mean, that's the true story part. Number 9 is Ozark, which I think Ozark's a great show. I would put that in one of those in my top 5 drama type shows. I'd throw it like this: Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Sons of Anarchy, Game of Thrones, which Game of Thrones is kind of a little more into that fantasy world, Walking Dead. The Sandman, I watched the first episode of that, and I'm a big fan of the comic. I just could not get into
the TV show.
It was
because they made it too woke.
No, it was just too artsy. It was like just too pretty. I mean, everything was like this ridiculous shots, and it was beautiful.
Right.
But to me, most of it was unnecessary. And I think it took away from it. Like I said, I only watched the one episode, so I didn't give it a huge chance. Moon Knight, they got his number 7. To me, that's because it's Disney. I can think of 10 TV series this year that are better than Moon Knight. The Boys, Damien really likes that. I think I've only watched the first season. Maybe the second. I can't remember. It's been so long. Have you watched that?
No, I have not.
Euphoria, I haven't watched that, but it's real popular. I know it's a huge show. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
That right there is way too high. I would not put Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power at 4 in a top 10 list. Yeah. They, in my opinion, that don't even need to make top 10. Yeah. That wouldn't even be top 20 because it's garbage.
Better Call Saul, my opinion, the best series probably in the past 2 or 3 years, only because Breaking Bad doesn't make any more episodes. House of the Dragon, great series this year. And then number 1, Stranger Things. Like I said, Netflix and HBO dominated. At least they didn't at least they didn't try and stick like, I don't know, what else did they put out, Disney put out this year series? Why? She-Hulk. At least they didn't stick She-Hulk in here.
That's a waste of show. I mean, you watch that whole show, the whole thing, what is it, like 8 episodes or whatever?
Yeah.
There's no character development.
No.
It's
now,
just like,
I was really entertained by it, but to me, it was like watching, like mentioned earlier, watching Fast and the Furious. It's a really good, entertaining, but I'm not expecting incredible writing, incredible dialogue, and great storytelling. I want to see cool things, and things get blown up and thrown and smashed.